Hi my loves, I hope you're all well. So for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys this rose gold tutorial which I'm actually obsessed with. And it's super easy to do, so if you want to see how I've got this look, just carry on watching. Now as always, hydration first, so I'm going to be using this Olay moisturizer on my skin because I love to keep my skin hydrated before I apply my foundation on. And then straight after that, I am actually going to jump straight into my eyes because I like to do my eyes first just in case I get it messed up. It's just easier to clean it up after. So I'm going to be using this Rimmel concealer all over my lids just as like a primer, and I'm just going to be using a beauty blender to blend it all in place. So for my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Naked Free palette by Decay, and for my transition shade, I'm going to be using this. It's kind of like a purpley brown, just all over my crease. And this shade is actually a bit dark to be a transition shade, but it just works out perfectly. I think that it looks really nice. So then all I'm doing now is just focusing this on my crease and blending it as much as I can. Yep, as you can probably tell, I do a lot of blending, but you know, in doubt, just blend. It's never too much. So after I finish blending, I'm gonna move on into my Naked Ultimate Basics palette, and I picked up this brown just to define my crease. So I am gonna be blending this eyeshadow pretty much on top of my transition shade, but I'm gonna focus this more on the middle of my crease. I am going to be using the NYX palette Metal from the collection In Your Element, and I am so obsessed with this palette. I think it's definitely a must-have. Every single shade just shows up beautifully, as you can probably tell. So now I am using the shade number 2. It doesn't actually have a name, I think, and I'm going to be using this on my lid. And after putting this on my lid, I like to come back with my blending brush just to make sure that I'm always blending my crease color. Now I'm going to be using the NYX palette again, but this one is in Fire, and I've got this dark brown just to focus on this on my outer V. And this, I always like to put a darker shade just under my outer V, so it gives the eyes more definition and it kind of gives like a texture to the eye look. So I think that this step is definitely crucial. And again, I'm gonna come back with my blending brush and make sure to blend my crease color. Now for my eyeliner, I'm not gonna be doing a wing because I wanted to keep this more, I'm not gonna say natural because it's not natural, but just not so dramatic. So all I'm doing is just doing like a really thin line close to my lash line, and I love this trick because it doesn't actually look like you've got eyeliner, but at the same time you make your lashes look fuller. And then I'm using the Decay mascara. Don't really know the name, but I'm gonna link it down below, as well as with the eyelashes that I used. So everything's gonna be down below. So after that I apply some eyelashes, and I'm moving on to my face. I know I already moisturized, but I like to use this MAC moisturizer as a primer because it has an amazing shimmer. So I like to apply this all over my face, and then for my foundation I'm going to be using the True Match foundation that has been featured on my latest video that I'm going to link down below. So it's my top 4 drugstore foundations, and I mentioned this one that I love. Now because this foundation has a little bit of like a liquid texture, I like to blend this with my beauty blender, and I know this is quite unusual. I know you mentioned that with a beauty blender, but I feel like that works really well for me with this foundation. So I blend this with my beauty blender, and then after I like to tap it, kind of like dab it so it settles down, and it works perfect. So yeah, this is how I like to apply this specific foundation. Now for my concealer, I'm gonna be using this one by Terry, and this one is probably my current obsession because I love the texture. It's really creamy, it blends really well. I also love the color, it gives the perfect highlight effect on my skin. So I like to put kind of like a generous amount under my eyes, on my nose and on my chin. Now moving on to my contour, I'm using my trusty Clinique Chubby stick. I'm not gonna go too heavy with my contour because I feel like the eyes are already quite out there, so I like to kind of balance up my looks. So I just put a tiny bit on my cheeks and a little bit of my jawline just to define my features a little bit more. Now I'm gonna be using my Marc Jacobs bronzer, and I already talked about this brush on my latest tutorial, but I love this brush. I'm gonna say it again. It's from Primark. I think it costs around £1, £1.50, and it's honestly amazing. I feel like it's so fluffy and it really adjusts to the shape of your face. So I've been using this for like so long now, and I really recommend it. Now onto my nose contour, I'm going to be using the same bronzer, and I'm just going to be drawing like a thin line on both sides of my nose and then just blend it in. Not taking it like too serious, I just wanted to do like a slight nose contour. And I'm also going to go back with the By Terry concealer and just put this on the center of my nose so it gives more of like an intense effect. Now I'm going to move on to my lower lash line, and I'm going to be using the same shade that I use on my crease. So this is the same transition shade that I use on my crease, and just go all the way along. And then right after, I am going to be taking the shade that I use on my outer V, which is the darker brown, and I'm just going to be going from my outer corner into the middle. I'm not going to complete all the way through. And for my highlight, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown highlight. I'm going to go a little bit intense on my nose because I feel like this is my favorite like part to highlight. Then obviously I'm gonna go on my cheekbones and a little bit on my chin and Cupid's bow. And then right after that, I am gonna be using the Marc Jacobs lip gloss because this is another product that you guys know I'm obsessed with. I just can't help it. I love lip gloss so much, and I feel like it just gives like a subtle glow. And here's the final result. Also, for like the first time in forever, I curl my hair a little bit. Let me know if you guys want to see a tutorial on how I do my hair, and I'll make sure to do it. So don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and comment down below, and I'll see you with another video next time. Bye!